Hey everybody, it's me, Zan. I hope this light, is that light going to be a problem for you guys? I hope not. I think my big head will be in the way, blocking it. So anyway, I am here. It looks like a halo is around my head, right? How are you guys? I hope you had a great Sunday. It's, I don't know, like a little after 5 or almost 5 o'clock. So I am here ready to talk to you guys today. Hey Joyce, how are you? I'm just going to hang out for a few minutes and let people come on in. I'm just going to continue talking like we did last week. I know I want to get back on our previous subject. You know, we've been talking about, hey Shelly, how are you? Oh, it's giving me a little message. Go live with Michelle Watt. Hey. So let me close that because it's a little distracting for me. Okay. Hey, Tyrone, you're here on time this time. You're at the beginning of the show. Hey, how are you? I'm glad you're here. Glad to see you. So I'm going to get back on what we had been talking about a couple weeks ago. And we have been talking about Kabbalah. Hey, Mark. We've been talking about Kabbalah and lots of things like that. The Catholic Church, Catholicism, and all of that stuff. And I'm going to get back to that. How do you say that? Reveal? Hi, Reveal. How are you? But yet last week we talked about exercise and nutrition. Hey, Tony. How you doing? So we talked about nutrition last week. Hey, Tracy. Happy retirement. Hey, DB, how you doing? So we had talked last week, we talked about nutrition. So we talked about how the enemy tries to tell us, what we can't do and what we can do. Hey, Tony. Hey, Marcus, how are you? And how the enemy tries to tell us all kinds of crazy stuff. He tries to tell us that we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't lose weight. Whatever sickness and disease or whatever sickness is going on in our bodies, that it can't be reversed. And he tells us all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm going to continue in that vein. I'm going to get back to the deep stuff maybe next week. But I think that this nutrition part and this exercise part that we talked about last week, I think it is crucial to us as a people. Not just, I'm talking to black people, but I'm really talking to all people that, we, because of what we've been taught and how we've been eating and things like that, it has counteracted in our bodies and we're having all kinds of health problems, all kinds of issues. And so we got to get that right, because just to live for Christ, that's great. That's awesome. But you are responsible for your body. And so you got to get that piece right. You got to get this body right. You got to get it healthy. You got to get it. And the only way you can get it healthy is to eat right. And there's some things we got to do that we're responsible for. We are responsible for our health. We're responsible for our bodies. We are held accountable for what we do to this body. Because if this body's not right, you can't fulfill your purpose. You can't fulfill your destiny. Can't do what you're called to do. And you can't be there for your families. Can't be there for your children, for your grandchildren. You just can't be there. Especially if you're in this earth and you're not healthy. So we have to talk about that part. Hey Keith Hill, hey Keith Robinson. So I'm going to continue in that. We'll get back to the deep stuff because we do need to know that stuff. We do need to understand what's going on in all these demonic systems that have been put in place. We do need to understand that and know what we're looking at. However, the systems also, and this is a part of it, our health, how we're eating, what's being put in our food. These type of things we need to understand, and we need to know what's going on. And so, hey, Alonzo, so we need to understand. So this is part of one of the systems that has been put in place to kill people, to poison you, to get you, stuck on this drug, hey Lavelle, stuck on this drug, stuck on all kinds of drugs, making you feel like you got to be on this drug. And they're telling you, pharmaceutical companies and the doctors are all telling you that you got to be on this drug and that you can't get off these drugs because your body's going to flip out and your body's going to do this. And so you're stuck taking this drug for the rest of your life. You got to take high blood pressure pills for the rest of your life. You got to take that insulin for diabetes for the rest of your life. And so they're going to tell you that kind of lies because the pharmaceutical company is making millions and billions of dollars on you being sick. They make billions and billions of dollars on you being sick, not you getting well, because they don't want you to get well. Oh, no, 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 no. They want you to stay sick. Hey, Dinah. They want you to stay sick because they're making millions of dollars off of you being sick, not getting well. So they don't promote wellness. Now, they may call it wellness. You may have stuff going on in your job and they may call that wellness and all that, but it's really not. It's really to keep you staying sick. So they want you to stay on the drugs. They tell you got to stay on all those drugs. You got to take this drug. You got to take that drug. So instead of them trying to find out what's causing the high blood pressure or what's causing the diabetes or what's causing this issue or that issue that you may be having in your body, they're not going to tell you that. Hi, Ron. Hey, Ron. How are you? I miss you guys. Instead of them telling you that, they're not going to tell you that. They're going to say, well, this ran in your family, and so they're going to push you a pill. They're going to say, hey, come take this pill, and that pill you got to be on forever, and you're going to be sick forever, and then they tell you this drug that you got to be on. Once you start taking the drug, the drug is also counteracting other things in your body, right? It's counteracting other things in your body. So, you take this pill and it's going to make this happen. And it may mask the symptoms of this here. But however, you're not healed. You're not healed because true healing comes from Yeshua. And so they're not going to tell you about healing. They're going to tell you that you got to take this, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to take this. And so we want to clear up all those lies, and we want to get our bodies as well as our soul and our spirit. Okay, our soul and our spirit. We give our lives to Yeshua, and so now we're living for Yeshua. That takes care of our soul. Well, that takes care of your soul. However, that's the beginning of taking care of your soul. Now you got to get it all healed and fragments of the soul that have been ripped apart from trauma and hurt and pain and disappointment, all the different things you go through in your life, that also fragments the soul. So it's many parts to make us who we are. We're more than just, flesh and blood. We're a spirit with a soul and a body. Okay, so your spirit and your soul is living inside that body. So that means we got to take care of the body. We got to make sure that it's running at its optimum level. How do we do that? By putting the right things on our body, by exercise. So we're going to talk about some of the things they put in our food. Okay, because, we say, they're pushing, like organic, clean eating. And this is what we should be doing. We should be eating clean. We should be eating clean. You know what? Let me pray first because I just jumped right in and I have not prayed. And I need some instruction and some help to tell you guys what I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to pray real quick and then we'll jump right back in, okay? So, Father, we worship you, we praise you, we glorify you, we honor you. I magnify your name, Yeshua. I give you all the glory and honor. Right now, Lord, I plead the blood of Yeshua over every person that's listening, over their hearts, over their minds, over their bodies right now. In the name of Jesus, we thank you that by your stripes, every person that's listening is healed. You sent your word and it healed us. You sent your word and it healed us. We know that you are the true healer. But we know that we are responsible for this body. Lord, I thank you right now and I ask you to open up our understanding. You said you lead and guide us into all truths. Holy Spirit, lead me now and guide me into all truths. Fill my mouth with your words so that I can tell them what you would have them to know and let them store that word in their hearts and their soul and to walk out what you're saying today in Yeshua's name. Amen. All right. Hey, Bert, how are you? Hey, Dwight. Cornell. Okay, so Joseph, hey, how you doing? Okay, so getting back to what we're talking about. So we want to talk about the food because we do need to eat right. We need to eat clean. One of the things I always say is if it comes off of a vine or out of the ground, you can eat it. If it comes out of a bag, in a can, things like that, it's frozen, you might want to think twice, especially if it comes out of a can or of a bag. A lot of that is going to be processed, okay? It's going to be processed. It's going to have a lot of stuff in it. Hey, Dwight, it's going to have a lot of stuff in it, and it's going to be processed. It's the processed stuff that clogs our arteries, that gives us gastrointestinal issues, and it sets our bodies up, makes our bodies acidic. And so once the body is acidic, that's a breeding ground for sickness and disease, okay? And so we don't want the body acidic. We want the body to be alkaline. Alkaline. How do we get the body to be alkaline? By eating fruits and vegetables, green. Things that are very, very green keeps the body alkaline. So, kale. I know you guys have heard kale. Actually, it's kind of bitter, but it is super good for you. Kale, spirulina is very green. Actually, you can buy it from like Whole Foods. You can get it from Fruitful Yield, places like that. And it's a powder and it's super green. I'm going to tell you, it looks like dirt. It looks like dirt. Hey, Gary, but you can add that to your smoothies in the morning. It's very, very good for you. So green things, fruits, vegetables, that's what we need to be eating, putting in our bodies. Getting a little bit away from so much meat. Because, and I only say that for this reason, because I do eat meat. I am not a vegetarian. I am yet researching that. I know that everybody's pushing the whole vegan this, vegan that. And I'm still on the fence about that. And only because, I like the fact that you can get protein from the meat, but I do know a lot of red meat can cause cancer. A lot of red meat can clog your arteries and it can cause cancer. What they're doing to our food today, what they're doing to chickens, what they're doing to pigs, because the Bible says that as we bless it and we pray over it and bless it, everything is lawful, is lawful to eat. However, what they're doing to the meats today, it is sickening. So you have to use a lot of wisdom when you're eating meat today, when you're eating chicken, so they say that you can eat the chicken that's free range, so it's not it's not pumped with hormones and salt and all of that stuff. So, but I want to get into some of the things that they're putting in our food that we may not be aware of. Two things. One that I'm really going to focus on: aspartame and monosodium glutamate, which is MSG. So I know when we hear the name MSG, we always associate it with Chinese food. And we say, oh, you go there and you say, hold the MSG. I don't want any MSG in my order. And they'll tell you, okay. And they fix your food and they give you the food. And you think, oh, it doesn't have any MSG in it. So let's talk about what MSG is. Because I'm going to tell you, when you go there and you tell them to don't put any MSG in your food, they cook with it though. It's already in the food because they cook with MSG, guys. I'm sorry for that light, guys. But they cook with it. So, I want you to know, when they tell you that, that's a bunch of garbage. That's a lie. I had an Asian doctor, and actually she was Chinese, and she says this is a lie because they cook with MSG. It's in everything. It's what they do. It's how it's made. So you have to really, you can't go by that. You have to be an expert in your own health. Can't go by what they say. You gotta do your own research. So when we start talking about MSG, they call it a flavor enhancer. It's a glutamate. And it's found a lot in processed foods. It's found in, these days, it's almost found in everything. It's found in your ketchup, mustard, ranch dressing is full of it. It's found in pretty much all the dressings. It's found in all processed food, frozen foods, potato chips, Doritos. It's in some cereals. Oh my gosh, it's almost in everything. So it gives you really bad side effects. I mean, I am highly, highly allergic to it, but you may have side effects and might not even be aware that that's what it is that's making you feel this way. Monosodium glutamate. And here's the thing with the FDA, USDA and FDA, usually they're in bed with each other. Okay. So they're in bed with each other, and they're in bed with the pharmaceutical companies, and they're in bed with the manufacturers of the food. Okay. Because everybody's getting paid, and everybody's getting paid on you getting sick. And so to stretch it or to make something that tastes really bad or that's spoiled, they can add monosodium glutamate to it, and you will not even be able to taste the rottenness of the food. You won't even be able to taste it because it's what they call a flavor enhancer. That's what they call it, but that's garbage because it is a poison. Now, you may not be highly sensitive to it, but I'm going to say that each and every person has no business eating this stuff. This stuff is a poison to our bodies, guys. It is a poison. It is super serious, Tyrone. That's right. It is super serious. So let me tell you some of the side effects that you'll feel when you have eaten something with this in it. Here's one thing. You get chest pains. Nausea, headaches, migraine headaches, cluster headaches. Name the kind of headache, MSG, monosodium glutamate, will cause it. Flushing, where you feel flushed, or you feel like the blood's rushing to your head, that feeling like that's from MSG. Sweating, you just start sweating for no reason. And no, this has nothing to do with hot flashes. You're just sweating for no reason. You ate something and all of a sudden you just start sweating. Yeah, so that's another thing. That's another side effect. Rapid fluttering heartbeats or palpitation. Your heart starts beating really, really fast. And then it kind of slows down and starts beating really fast for maybe like a minute or so. And then it slows down. Those are results or side effects from MSG. Another one is nausea. You feel kind of nauseous. You get through eating, you just feel like really nauseous. Weakness. You feel a little weak, a little lightheaded. That's a side effect also from MSG. Yeah. And so it's in Doritos. Oh my gosh. It's full. It's all in Fritos, Doritos. Doritos is a culprit, major culprit. And mostly every fast food company uses monosodium glutamate. McDonald's, oh my gosh, they use so much. It is unreal. Burger King, Wendy's, it's in all of their salad dressings and in some of their meats. It's a flavor enhancer, guys. Remember that. Flavor enhancer. Taco Bell, oh my gosh, full of poison, full of MSG. Full of it. That company, pretty much you can name any fast food company and they will probably be using monosodium glutamate, which is MSG. Yeah. And then here's another thing with the FDA and the USDA and FDA. They say that with monosodium glutamate, if it is 99% pure MSG, monosodium glutamate, in this product, they have to list the full name. So they have to list the full name of monosodium glutamate. Okay? But if it's 89% of monosodium glutamate, pure monosodium glutamate, they can call it whatever they want to call it. And there are many, many names. Now, I know I talked a little bit about this last week, but I want to give you guys some of the names. So when you go to the store, you got to start reading the labels. You got to know what you're putting in your body. You are responsible to know that stuff. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you because they don't care. They're trying to make a buck. They're trying to make some money. And so if you get sick off of this stuff, also MSG can also raise your blood pressure. I'm talking about it can spike it, man. Spike it so high you will be in the hospital. And you know, if your blood pressure is spiked really high, you can have a stroke, heart attack. So this is what this MSG can cause. It can cause heart attacks because it can spike your blood pressure to extremely, extremely high levels. I'm talking about 170 of 110. This is very bad. This is very dangerous. So it can do that. So that's another thing that MSG can do. It can spike your blood pressure to the point where it can make you have a stroke or a heart attack. Yeah. It's very, very serious. So that's just some of the stuff that it can do. Not to mention it causes all kinds of gassy feelings in your stomach, make you feel bloated and all that. Also, MSG holds weight. So you're working out, you think you're eating healthy, you're using salad dressing on your food, you're using condiments that this MSG is in. It's in your condiments, it's in your ketchup, it's in your mustard, it's in some of the salad dressings that you're using for your sandwiches and all of that stuff. It's in some of your deli meats. Yes. It's in cold cuts. Monosodium glutamate is in most all cold cuts. So you putting the cold cuts in your body, you putting the MSG in your body. And that can also raise your blood pressure. Okay? It can raise your blood pressure. It can cause a rapid heartbeat and all of that. We don't want that. So you have to know that this is what it does to your body, MSG. So you may say, well, I'm not sensitive to it like that. Yeah, you think so? You think you're not? I'm thinking you probably are. Because you got things going on in your body and you may not even be aware of it. May not even be aware of it. So, yeah, so those migraine headaches, all that stuff, that's caused by sometimes the stuff that you're eating. Yes, that's right, that's right. What are you saying here? Hey, Zan, don't you know that the FDA already knows this and they still allow it? Of course they know. Of course they know. Now, if you go on WebMD, because now WebMD is sponsored by Bayer pharmaceutical companies. So you can't go, sorry guys, I don't know what happened, but can't go by what WebMD says because WebMD is full of garbage. You know, because they're in bed with the FDA and all of those other companies. So you can't go by anything that they say. Okay? Because they're not going to tell you what I'm telling you. And what they'll say, yeah, people say this about MSG, but we've tested it and it's not definite that it's tied to these different disorders. That's what they're going to tell you. Okay? If you go and look it up, that's what they're going to tell you, but that's a lie. That is a lie. Because they're making money now off of you getting sick, off of you staying sick. So they put the poisons in the food and it's just a whole web of lies, but it's part of the system. It's part of one of those layers of the system that we've been talking about. So here are some of the names. I want you guys to know some of the names. And now mind you now, guys, you can look this stuff up all by yourself. But I want to give you some of the names and then please look it up, print it out. Take it to the store with you. When you go into the store, the list. All you got to do is look up, you can type in other names for MSG or hidden names. Look up hidden names for MSG. And you got to pull up a whole list and print out the list. Take it to the store with you. Take it to the store with you. Don't feel bad. We're just not going to do it anymore. Don't feel bad because many of us, we don't know this stuff. So that's what I'm here for, to tell you so that we can do better. So what you do, take out the list, print out the list, look it up, hidden names for MSG, print it out, take it to the store with you. So when you're buying stuff, you can read the label. Read the label. Don't just say, hey, my mama been cooking that. My grandmama made that. I'm going to just keep eating this. And then you end up with the same diseases that your mama and your grandmama and your great-grandmama and them had because you're eating the same stuff that they ate. So, no, this stuff is not hereditary. I know I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. No. You know, I know some things they say you're genetically, it's genetically in line for because it's in your family. I don't know that I believe that. I don't know that I believe that. Because I know that if we're eating the same way our families ate, and this way of eating is being handed down, then those same diseases are going to be handed down. You understand? So we want to get away from that. So here is a few other names. I'm going to give you a long list, but you can go and print this out yourself. I would advise you to do that. Okay? So some of the names are, let's see, anything that says enzymes. Anything that says that. This is bad. Okay? Hydrolyzed vegetable protein. That is another name from MSG. Now, everything that I'm telling you, these are hidden names for MSG, okay? Hydrolyzed vegetable protein, textured vegetable protein, yeast extract, barley malt, anything that says hydrolyzed, anything that says that is MSG. Gelatin, whey protein isolate. What is this? Whey protein isolate is MSG. Sodium caseinate, calcium caseinate. A lot of times we'll see calcium and we'll say, oh, calcium is in it. No, calcium is not in it. It just says that. Calcium caseinate. But that is MSG. Potassium sorbate. We'll see the name potassium. Oh, it's got potassium. It's good for me. No, that is MSG. Autolyzed yeast. Yeast food. Soy sauce extract. That is MSG. Carrageenan. Stock. When it says stock, that's MSG. Carrageenan, that is MSG. Bouillon and broth. I know we buy a lot of the bouillon cubes for our stews or soups and stuff like that. But most of those bouillon cubes, whether it's chicken or beef, it is full of MSG. It's full of MSG, guys. Full of glutamate. Okay, flavors or flavorings, that is another name for MSG, monosodium glutamate. Flavors or flavorings. What is that? What is flavors and flavorings? MSG, another name. Maltodextrin is also another name for MSG. Citric acid, malt extract, seasonings. Doesn't tell you what the seasonings are. It just says seasonings. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Soy sauce or any type of soy sauce extract. All of these names are all different names for MSG. All of them. And they are many, many more. I just gave you a few. There's got to be probably, 50, 60 different names for MSG. I know. It's crazy. And they know what it's doing to you. And they don't care. They don't care what it's doing to you. But you have to care about your own body. You have to say, I don't want to feel like this. I have to take over my own body. Because if you're eating this stuff with this stuff in it, you're not going to lose weight. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to get your body back to a healthy weight that it should be, you're not going to lose the weight because this stuff right here holds the weight on the body. And it will also help you to retain water in the body. It is demonic, guys, this stuff right here. This is some bad stuff. So with that being said, you've got to make sure that you're looking at what you're eating. Pay attention to what you put in your body. You can no longer say, well, they're doing this to us. Well, yeah, they are doing it to you, but you're the one that's eating it. You're the one that's eating it. You're the one going to the store, buying it and putting it in your body. When you go look at the bag Doritos, because I used to love Doritos. Oh my, I'm going to tell you, that was my favorite junk food, was Doritos. I loved it. I would take it and lick the cheese off. Oh my gosh, it was so good. However, I used to get this really bad headache every time I would eat them. It's like, I wonder why my head is hurting. And I just dismiss it. I take a pill and go to bed. Well, as I began to educate myself, I looked on the back, and guess what? It says monosodium glutamate written out on the bag. You know what that means? That means it's 99% pure MSG, monosodium glutamate, in that product, in that bag. Wow, that's crazy. And so you're putting that in your body. And guys, we're getting older. And we feed those, actually we're getting older. And when you're getting older, now it's going to affect you in a different kind of way. It's going to, because your body can't tolerate things as much as it used to as you get older. The body can't handle all of that stuff as you get older. So maybe it didn't bother you so much when you were younger, but as you get older, you start hitting 40, start hitting 50, your body can't handle all that stuff anymore. So it begins to have adverse effects. Okay, so now that headache that you used to get when you were in your 20s, that little dull headache, now it's full migraine, and now you got heart palpitations, now you got chest pains, now you're going to the hospital because of the stuff that you're putting in your body. So you got to eat clean, clean, clean. Skip no processed food. If it's frozen, why not buy it fresh? You know what I'm saying? Why not buy it fresh? If it's frozen, it's going to be processed because they're going to have a bunch of salt in there, have a bunch of stuff in there. And if you read that packaging, you're going to see some of these names. Anything in a can. Come on, guys. It can sit in a can for how long? Look at the amount of sodium on that can. It'll say 370 milligrams. mg, or it'll say 450, 499 mg on the back of that for sodium. So that when you go to the doctor now, you've been diagnosed with high blood pressure, they'll tell you, well, it's the salt. Stay away from the salt. No, it's not the salt, because salt is not bad for you. When you start talking about Himalayan salt is pink, or sea salt, the body needs some level of salt in it anyway. You do. Your body needs that. But that is not salt. That is, MSG is man-made. It is a man-made thing. It is a man-made product. So, of course, it's man-made. It's got all kinds of side effects. Like anything that man makes. It's got side effects to it. You got to eat what God made. You got to eat what Jesus made. It come out the ground. You know what I'm saying? It comes out of the ground. It comes off a vine. That's what you eat. If it's processed, don't eat it. If it's frozen stuff, try to start eliminating that from your diet. Anything frozen, anything out of a can, start trying to eliminate it a little bit at a time out of your diet. The cleaner you eat, the healthier you're going to be. The cleaner you eat, the better your body's going to feel. And your body will remember, and it will heal itself. You were made that way, fearfully and wonderfully made. You were made fearfully and wonderfully made. And the Lord said that he will lead and guide us into all truths. This is some truth that we're learning today. How to take care of our bodies. How to take care of our bodies. How to understand what we're looking at when we're reading these labels. Okay? So go online, print out hidden names for monosodium glutamate, or you could just type in hidden names for MSG. We're going to get into talking about aspartame also, which is another thing that they put in your body and put in our food. But I want you to know, aspartame, when it's put into the body, it's like glue. It turns into like a thick, gluey, just like Elmer's glue in the body. And it's going to clog up stuff. It's going to clog up things in your body. You don't want to use aspartame. A lot of the stuff that we drink, sugar-free drinks, are full of aspartame. Aspartame also has the same side effects as the MSG. It also can cause heart palpitations. It also can cause migraine headaches and cluster headaches, and when you get those sharp pains in your head, sharp pains. That is a type of headache. It can cause that. It can also cause the same flushed feeling like the blood rushing to your head, like the blood rushing to your neck. It feels like someone choking you and the blood's rushing to your neck. Aspartame can also cause that, just like MSG. Yes. Also, I think I said last week, but aspartame has been it's been connected with what is the disease that children get when they like, it's like they're in a bubble. It's like they don't know what's going on. Not Down syndrome, not Asperger's. Come on, guys, someone help me here. Not Asperger's, not aspartame. I mean, not Down syndrome, but oh gosh, come on, guys, I can't think of the name of it. But many kids have it now, and it's just like they kind of like they don't know, they don't talk. I can't think of the name of the disorder that most kids have, but it is connected. Aspartame has been connected to that disorder in children. And because what aspartame does, it does something to the brain. It can cause lesions on the brain of a child. And so we don't want to feed this to our kids. Anything that's sugar-free gum, sugar-free candy, sugar-free drinks, full of aspartame. It can cause all kinds of things. It can cause heart attacks. It can. Because when your heart is having palpitations and the heart rate is raising and it's going really, really fast, this is not good. And it's the food that we're eating that's causing that. And it's the poison that they're putting in our food. Come on, guys. I know somebody knows what that is in kids. I can't think of the name of it. When small children, a lot of small children are getting this now. When they don't talk, they just kind of stare. Come on, guys. Nobody knows what that is. Okay, I can't think of the name of it. I'm drawing a blank right now to what that is. But anyway, and sorry for anybody who has a child with this disorder. I can't think of the name of it. But it's not Down syndrome, and it's not Asperger's. It's something else. But anyway, aspartame is bad, bad, bad. It's just as bad as MSG. And they're putting that stuff and all kinds of stuff in a lot of our kids' foods. It's in, like when you go buy the macaroni and cheese and with the powdered macaroni and cheese, it's in a lot of that. It's in a lot of those box meals that you get. It's in a lot of that stuff. And a lot of the instant noodles, instant pasta, instant macaroni and cheese, the powder. You got a lot of that stuff that's in that. So you've got aspartame, MSG. It's all the same stuff, guys. It's all the same stuff. And so it's all bad. It's a man-made glutamate, and it's bad for our bodies. Causes us all kinds of problems. So read. Cannot stress enough to read the labels. Eat what's clean. Green. The greener it is, the better it is for you. Fruits, vegetables, that's what you want to be eating. You want to pull away from the milk also. Milk full of hormones. Bad hormones. They cook milk at such, when they're call themselves sterilizing it, whatever, they cook it at such high temperatures until it kills any nutritional value in the milk. And so then they put all kinds of other stuff in the milk. They pasteurize it, homogenizing it. This is bad. This is all bad. Okay? Then they want to put vitamins in it. So they tell you they're full of vitamin D and it's full of this vitamin. And they tell you all that stuff. So you'll buy the milk and they tell you, oh, milk does the body good. And they tell you all that foolishness. Milk does the body good. Well, milk causes phlegm and mucus in the body. And mucus is a breeding ground for disease. So, you drink milk and you're coughing, you're hacking up stuff, phlegm, because milk causes phlegm. It causes phlegm. And so, milk is very, very bad for you. It is very bad for you. If you watch a show on TV, it's called What the Health. I think I maybe mentioned it last week. I don't remember. But when you watch that show, if you look it up, we are the only creatures in the earth that drink other animals' milk. We drink other animals' milk. Okay? Most women, young women, they have baby, they don't want to breastfeed. But That is the milk you're supposed to give the baby, your human child, okay? A person. But we are the only creatures in the earth that drink another animal's milk, okay? A cow is not drinking human milk. You know, a cow doesn't drink a goat's milk. Why do we drink other animals' milk? That's why most black people, a lot of black people, I'm going to say a large majority of us are lactose intolerant. Our bodies can't handle it. So we drink the milk, you're all gassy, it makes you run to the bathroom with diarrhea, you run off and all that stuff because we shouldn't be drinking it. Because it is bad, bad, bad for you. You want calcium? You can get calcium through fruits and vegetables. Green things. Through fruit, you can get calcium through that. You don't have to drink milk to get it. That's another lie that they told us too. Part of the system, guys. Part of you staying sick and they making millions off of you being ill. Okay? So we got to wake up. Got to pay attention. We got to know what we're putting in our bodies. If you don't know, ask, research, look it up, Google it. Should I be drinking milk? Look it up for yourselves so that you'll know for sure. Don't just go by what I'm telling you. Look it up for yourself. You are responsible for that body. And you want to feel good. You want to be around here for a while. And while you're around here, you want to be healthy. You don't want to just be here and be sick. But you want to be here and be healthy and feel good in your body. Right? So that's all I got for you guys today. I love you. I love you. I hope what I said to you helped. Look it up now, guys. Go look up hidden names of MSG. Print it out. Fold it up. Put it in your bag. Put it in your gym bag. Put it in your purse, ladies. Take it to the store with you. Know what you're buying. Read the labels. Know what you're putting in your body. And take back your own health. Take back your own health. So that we can be here a long time feeling good, looking good. Right? All right? All right. I love you guys. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you on next weekend. All right? Love you. Love you. See you next week. Bye-bye.